Hello everybody, my name is Alan from Sauber-Lab, and in this video we're going to show an application called Kutt. As the name already suggests, this application is used for cut the links, short it in the way that instead of have a big website, you can share only a small one and you can customize according for your needs. Also, you always have the possibility to monitor this website or this link access, what's the location that has been accessed and what kind of browser that has been accessed. So this video is kind of complementation for the previous video where I show how you can monitor your website, your service and other things. So in this way we can use now specific for share links. So if you like this idea and want to learn a little bit more about it, we're going to show in this video, but first of all don't forget to leave your like, consider to subscribe for the channel if you're not subscribed yet, and let's understand a little bit more about it. As always, before we start to explain how we can install this application, we go to website to understand a bit more what they promise for us. So the application is Kutt, and here they say cut your link shorter. And here you can add links and you can make it short for you. Directly in this website you can basically use a premium option or a free option. The free option, they will give up to 10 links and you can create those and track 100 links. And here 100 links per month, 5,000, 20,000 links per month, and continue on. And that's it. Basically you can have those options if you don't want to self-host. But as always, I like to self-host, so we're gonna discard this option, and here we're gonna continue look for the website before we start to install. So here they will give some overview for you, look like how much clicks that have location, access and other things. Here they give you how to manage your links, the customer domain, you can have IPA, you can have a free and open source. This reason that we're gonna self-host. And here they say GitHub, and they give the GitHub option. In the GitHub, as always, they will explain a bit how it works, what's the link, how to access the official website, and everything that you need to know. But before we start to install and see how we can use it, we need to understand if it's really interesting for you. So here I have my short list of links. Here it's all the links that has been created for this user, and here basically I use a big link. So if I open this link, it's really difficult to remember everything. So if I come here in Alpaca, it's basically, they will open exactly the same website. And it's really easy. So if I copy here, so if I come here, it will be a really short link for me to share, principally in YouTube and other things that make sense to be short instead of really long. Also, if I come here in statistics, I can see how many websites, how many people connected to this. So in the last few hours I have 4 users. I didn't start to share it, so it will be only myself using this link. Here they will give a little bit overview if it's a director or referral. You can have a Google Chrome, in my case. You can see what browser that was used, you can see what country that was used and what kind of operating system that you're using. So in this case all the 4 links was accessed United Kingdom and it was accessed by a Windows computer, exactly this one that I'm using now. Here if I come back in admin, here I can create more links. Also, only thing that I need to do to create a link, I can copy it, come here in my application, paste this link. Once that I paste, I have other options as I can define specific. Let's say that I want to do 1, 2, 3. I can define password, say let's say 1, 2, 3 as a password, and I can define time. So I put 2 minutes. Let's only put a little bit bigger, and that I can send it. So now it's 1, 2, 3. If I come here and click 1, 2, 3, they will ask me the password. If I type the same password and put login, now I can access it. Also, the other thing is that it will expire in 2 minutes. If I refresh this page, now it's a little bit less than 2 minutes. If I come here in the option for admin, I can manipulate, I can edit those, I can see all the different links. If I have more than one domain, I can select which domain that I want. Also, I can add different users and what kind of permissions that I have. Let's say that I want to create a user, can create a user, password, if it's admin or not, and I can add extra domains. These extra domains need to be linked directly for this application, otherwise it will not work as expected. So I suggest to create one container for each domain, only to make sure that you don't mix things around. Also, only way to access this application, if you can see here in my top, it's using the reverse proxy. It means that you need to have access for this application. You cannot run it local in your network, otherwise it will not work. I try to run it local. All the time that I try to log in, basically it's application break and don't allow me to do it. So make sure that you are using external access. You can use Cloudflare tunnel, you can use a proxy manager, you can use anything, but you have to have a reverse proxy, otherwise not allowed you. Also, if you come here in settings, you can have a little bit more information to add more domains, API keys, your password to change, and if you want to, also if you want to delete this account. Have this one in mind, and if you really wanted to install this application, so now is the time that we're gonna show how you can install it. To install it is really simple. Let's close all these extra pages. We can come here and look how to install. You have different options. You can have the MariaDB, you can have a Postgres, SQLite, Redis, and you can have only Docker Compose. One of the things for these images you're gonna see, it's because if I come here in Docker Compose, they didn't give the image that I needed to have. So either that I try to install it exactly the same way, they don't have image, so they ask to build and you define the contain. So instead of we build it and define the contain, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use basically this image that's its contain and it's updated 4 days ago and have more than 1 million downloads. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna slightly change this one. We're gonna copy everything for down and service. After service, we're gonna only define the image, the name of the image and the revision. To make more sense what I'm talking, I can come here my portainer, already install it, and it's already running the port 3004. And if I open here, as I told, service, this server will be the image, the policy, and everything will be basically the same. So what I did, only before the volume, I defined restart policy and the image that I'm gonna use. Don't worry, I will leave the link in the description that you guys can only access it and will have all this, basically this information there. You can only copy, paste in your server or in your portainer and run it. Anyway, let's try to understand what this image can do or this service can do for us. So here the image will be Kutt, the latest one. Restart policy I put as always. I could put unless stopped, but because I wanted this application always be on, so will be always. Volumes, I define or leave exactly the same volumes that was defined before. In file name, I'll leave exactly the same as before. True, and here is the string. Make sure that this string you change and you make a really random difficult character. Basically in this way I generate 4 characters password aleatory and multiply it for 4 times, so it will be really impossible for someone to access. You don't have limit, but make sure that this one is not a standard because someone can access your system if you don't put any password. Now default domain, make sure that you use exactly the same domain that you're using, otherwise when you try to log in they will check the domain and it will not allow you to progress with this. So make sure that you put it valid. The port I changed for 3004 because the port 3000 was already used for another application. I think that's a Wiki.js or something like it, so I needed to change. Also, all the rest of information leave exactly the same, and in this case this application will run directly in Docker and have a Docker volume. I didn't want to define absolute path because it's few apps or few megabytes of data and I don't need to backup it so easy because basically it's a links for a website that I already know that exists. After this one, only thing that you need to do is deploy it stack and wait a couple of minutes. Once that this application has been deployed, you're gonna have the link, and if you try to access it, either that you put the correct user and password, they will not allow you to use, so make sure that you use the external website or reverse proxy. So in this way, we're right at the end of the video. I hope that you guys like this video. If you like this video and think that was interesting, please don't forget to leave your like, consider subscribe for the channel if you're not subscribed yet, and see you next time. Bye.